$42,000 a year. That is what Marcus Reed makes. 27 years old. Memphis, Tennessee, works in logistics, gets up every morning, goes to work, does everything right, and every single month the money disappears, and he cannot tell you exactly where it went. $76,000 a year. That is what Tom and Rachel Fletcher make combined. 36 years old, Columbus, Ohio, 2 kids, a mortgage, 2 cars. They look like they have it together from the outside. And every night after the kids go to bed, Tom opens a spreadsheet and stares at numbers that do not add up no matter how many times he runs them. $115,000 a year. That is what James Porter makes. 44 years old. Austin, Texas. Software engineer. 12 years at the same company. 4 raises. And 3 years ago, he sat down to calculate when he could retire, and the number that came back made him close the laptop and not open it again for 2 weeks. 3 people, 3 completely different lives, 3 completely different problems, 1 video. Because the mistake you make at $42,000 a year is not the same mistake you make at $76,000. And the mistake you make at $76,000 is not the same mistake you make at $115,000. But all 3 mistakes have one thing in common. Nobody told you about them until right now. My name is Miller, and I spend way too much time thinking about money and what you should actually be doing with it at every single income level. Hit that subscribe button because we do this every couple of days. And stay with me because by the end of this video, Marcus Reed is going to know exactly what to do with his $42,000. The Fletchers are going to understand why they feel trapped despite doing everything right. And James Porter is going to see the number that explains why his retirement is further away than he thinks even on a 6-figure salary. This is not a list of tips. This is not a generic financial checklist. This is the honest conversation that most financial channels are too comfortable to have. Because the truth is that the strategies that work at $42,000 a year are not the same strategies that work at $115,000. And treating them the same way is exactly why most people stay stuck regardless of what they earn. Let me start with Marcus. Marcus Reed wakes up at 6:15 every morning. He takes the same route to work he has taken for 2 years. He buys a coffee on the way in because that is the one thing he decided he was not giving up. $3.40. 5 days a week, $68 a month. He knows. He just decided it was worth it. Marcus is not bad with money. Marcus is not lazy. Marcus is not irresponsible. Marcus is someone who makes $42,000 a year in a city where rent for a 1-bedroom apartment averages $1,100 a month. After taxes, rent, food, transport, and utilities, he has approximately $240 left at the end of every month. $240. That is not a discipline problem. That is a math problem, and math problems have math solutions. At $42,000 a year, his take-home pay after federal taxes in Tennessee is approximately $2,950 per month. Tennessee has no state income tax, which gives Marcus a small but real advantage. $2,950, $1,100 in rent, $300 in food, $280 in transport, $150 in utilities and phone, $800 in credit card minimum payments and basic expenses. That leaves approximately $120 of genuine breathing room every month. Here is what nobody tells Marcus at $42,000 a year. The game at this income level is not about investing yet. The game is about building the floor that makes everything else possible. There are exactly 3 priorities in exactly this order. Priority 1, a $1,000 emergency fund, not 3 months, not 6 months, $1,000, as fast as humanly possible. Marcus has $800 in savings and $3,000 of credit card debt. He is one unexpected car repair away from making the hole deeper. $1,000 changes the psychology of money completely. Marcus can get there in 60 days by directing every extra dollar toward that single number. Priority 2. The credit card debt. $3,000 at 22% interest. That is $660 leaving his account every year guaranteed. Every dollar he puts toward that debt earns him a guaranteed 22% return. Better than any investment he could make right now. Priority 3. If his employer offers any matching contribution on a retirement account, he captures that match before finishing the debt payoff. Even at $42,000. Even with $3,000 of credit card debt, because employer matching is a 100% immediate return. Nothing beats that. But here's the conversation nobody has with Marcus Reed at $42,000 a year. The real strategy at this income level is not just about managing the money better, it is about making the number bigger. Marcus works in logistics. The average logistics coordinator with a supply chain certification earns between $55,000 and $68,000 per year. That certification costs between $300 and $800 and takes 3 to 6 months online. The return on that investment is $15,000 to $26,000 per year in additional income every year. For the rest of his career, one certification. 3 to 6 months. Potentially a 60% increase in annual income. At $42,000 a year, the most powerful financial strategy is not frugality. It is investing in the one asset that generates returns for decades. Yourself. Now let me introduce you to Tom and Rachel Fletcher. It is a Tuesday evening in Columbus, Ohio. The kids are finally in bed. Tom is sitting at the kitchen table with his laptop open and a glass of water he has not touched. Rachel is on the sofa with her phone, but she is not really looking at it. They have been putting off this conversation for 3 weeks. Tom pulls up their accounts. Combined income, $76,000. Monthly take-home after taxes approximately $4,800. Mortgage, $1,340. 2 car payments combined $680. Groceries, $450 for a family of 4. Kids' activities, $220. Utilities and subscriptions, $280. That is $2,970 before a single unexpected expense. $1,830 left each month. Sounds like room. Until you look at what is already consuming it. Credit card 1. $8,000 at 21% interest. Minimum payment $210. Credit card 2. $4,000 at 19% interest. Minimum payment $110. Car loan $6,000 at 7%. Minimum payment $180. $500 per month in minimum payments every month, leaving $1,330 for everything else, including any savings. The Fletchers have $22,000 combined in retirement accounts at 36 years old. By the benchmarks, most financial planners use a household earning $76,000 should have between 1 and 3 times that salary saved by 35. That is between $76,000 and $228,000. They have $22,000. They are not behind because they are bad people. They are behind because at $76,000 a year, the trap is invisible. You earn enough to feel okay. You spend enough to never get ahead. And the gap between those two things compounds silently against you year after year while you tell yourself you will deal with it when things settle down. Things never settle down. Here is what the Fletchers need to understand at $76,000 a year. The enemy at this income level is not poverty. The enemy is the comfortable trap. The Fletchers need a sequence, not a budget, not a savings app, a sequence. Step 1. Attack the highest interest debt with everything above minimum payments. The $8,000 credit card at 21% is costing them $1,680 per year in interest. Using the avalanche method, the Fletchers can eliminate their credit card debt completely in approximately 22 months. Step 2. Once the credit card debt is gone, those $500 per month in minimum payments become $500 per month in wealth building. $6,000 per year that was leaving their household now stays. Step 3. Max out their individual retirement accounts. $7,000 per person per year. $14,000 combined, growing completely tax-free. Starting at 36 with $14,000 per year in Roth individual retirement accounts, they can build over $800,000 in tax-free wealth by 67 at a 7% average annual return. But here's the conversation the Fletchers are not having. Net worth. The Fletchers' net worth right now is approximately negative $6,000. Their assets barely below their liabilities. They feel like they are doing okay. They are technically underwater. That number is the most important financial fact in the Fletcher household. And neither Tom nor Rachel knows it. The 25 times rule tells them everything they need to know. Multiply your annual expenses by 25, and that is your retirement number. The Fletchers spend approximately $44,000 per year in essential expenses once the debt is gone. 44,000 times 25 is $1,100,000. That is their number. They have 22,000. They need 1,100,000. The gap is $1,078,000. That number is not meant to terrify. It is meant to focus. If the Fletchers eliminate their debt in 22 months and redirect $1,300 per month into wealth building, they can reach $1,100,000 by the time Tom is 63, 4 years before the standard retirement age, with a plan that starts on a Tuesday evening in Columbus, Ohio. Now, James Porter. James Porter made $115,000 last year. He will probably make $120,000 this year. He has been promoted 4 times in 12 years. He drives a $62,000 truck he is still paying off. He bought a 4-bedroom house in Austin 3 years ago when the market was at its peak. His mortgage is $3,100 per month. 3 years ago, James sat down to calculate his retirement number. He is 44 years old. He has $94,000 in his 401k. He put in the numbers, expected to retire at 65, 21 years from now, assumed a 7% annual return on his current balance, plus continued contributions. The projected number looked fine, until James put in his actual annual expenses. James spends $106,000 per year. He earns $115,000. He saves $9,000 per year going into his 401k through automatic contributions he set up 4 years ago and has not thought about since. $106,000 per year in expenses times 25 is $2,650,000 needed to retire. James has $94,000. He needs $2,650,000. He is saving $9,000 per year. At $9,000 per year for 21 years. At 7% annual return, James will have approximately $440,000. Plus the $94,000 he is now compounding for 21 years equals approximately $386,000. Total at 65, approximately $826,000. he needs $2,650,000. He will have $826,000. That gap. $1,824,000 is the number that made James close his laptop 2 weeks ago and not open it again. James Porter earns more than 90% of Americans, and he is on track to run out of money in retirement. Not because he is stupid, not because he is irresponsible, because nobody sat down with James and explained what lifestyle inflation actually costs over 20 years. And because the financial system makes it very easy to feel wealthy when you earn a lot without ever becoming wealthy in the way that actually matters. Every time James got a raise, he upgraded something. First raise, new car, second raise, bigger apartment, third raise, bought the house, fourth raise, renovated the kitchen. Each upgrade felt earned. Each upgrade was a reward for hard work. And each upgrade permanently increased his annual expenses and permanently pushed his retirement further away. Here is the math that nobody shows James. If James had kept his expenses at $80,000 per year when he started earning $115,000, he would have $35,000 per year to direct toward wealth building. At 7% annual return over 21 years, that is $1,648,000. Added to his current $94,000 compounding for 21 years, that is $386,000. Total at 65 would be over $2 million. Within striking distance of his number. Instead, James has $9,000 per year because $106,000 of his $115,000 disappears into a lifestyle that is very comfortable and completely unsustainable in retirement. Here is what James Porter needs to do at $115,000 per year. Step 1. Write down $2,650,000 right now. That number is not a punishment. It is a compass. Step 2. Identify the lifestyle expenses that do not actually improve his quality of life proportionally to their cost. The $62,000 truck versus a $30,000 truck is $32,000 of additional debt for an experience that provides almost no additional life satisfaction after the first 3 months. That $32,000 invested today at 7% for 21 years grows to approximately $132,000. One truck decision, $132,000. Step 3. Every future raise gets split. 50% goes to lifestyle. 50% goes to wealth building. This is the rule that stops lifestyle inflation from consuming everything while still letting James enjoy the fruits of his hard work. Step 4. Max out every tax-advantaged account available. Individual retirement account, health savings account if eligible. 401k to the maximum of $23,500 per year. At $115,000 per year, James has the income to do all three simultaneously. Most people at $42,000 cannot. Most people at $76,000 are still paying off debt. James has no excuse not to shelter as much as the law allows. Let me bring all three of them forward now. Marcus Reed follows the sequence. Emergency fund first. Credit card debt eliminated. Gets the logistics certification. His salary jumps to $58,000 within 18 months. By 35, he has $44,000 in a Roth individual retirement account and zero consumer debt. 8 years ahead of where he would have been. The Fletchers have the Tuesday night conversation. They attack the credit card debt with everything they have. 22 months later, the debt is gone. They redirect $1,300 per month into wealth building. By 45, Tom and Rachel Fletcher have $280,000 in retirement accounts and a net worth of $430,000. They can see 63 from where they are standing. James Porter writes down the number, sells the truck, buys a $30,000 replacement, invests the $32,000 difference immediately, implements the 50-50 raise rule. By 55, James has $1,400,000 in retirement accounts. Retirement at 62 is not just possible. It is the plan. 3 people, 3 completely different income levels, 3 completely different strategies. 1 result: financial decisions made with clarity instead of confusion, with a number instead of a feeling, with a sequence instead of a hope. I want to speak to something before we close. There is a version of this video that tells Marcus Reed that $42,000 is enough to build real wealth if he just cuts his coffee. That is not this video, because that advice is condescending and mathematically weak. There is a version that tells the Fletchers they just need to budget better. That is not this video either, because the Fletchers do not have a discipline problem. They have a sequence problem and a debt problem and a net worth visibility problem. And there is a version that congratulates James Porter on his salary and tells him he is doing great. That is definitely not this video. Because earning well and building wealth are 2 completely different things. And confusing them is exactly how someone ends up earning $115,000 a year and running out of money in retirement. The financial system profits from your confusion at every income level. The bank profits from Marcus's credit card interest. The car manufacturer profits from James's upgrade. The mutual fund company profits from the Fletcher's high-fee retirement plan. At every income level, there is someone profiting from the fact that you do not have a specific number, a specific sequence, and a specific plan. Now you have all 3. Marcus, get to $1,000 first, then eliminate the debt. Then get the certification, Tom and Rachel. Calculate your net worth tonight, not tomorrow, tonight. Then start the avalanche. James, write down $2,650,000 right now and decide what that number is worth to you. You are not behind because you earned too little. You are not behind because you earned too much and got comfortable. You are behind because nobody sat down with you and told you the truth about your specific situation at your specific income level. Until now, hit that subscribe button. Because this is exactly what we do here. Every couple of days, we pull back the curtain on the financial decisions that are quietly shaping your life so you can see them clearly and make better ones. No fluff, no shortcuts. Just honest conversations about money that most people are too uncomfortable to have. You found this channel for a reason. The next one might change everything.